Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. And you know what I mean? Been crazy 24 hours, one could say. Might not say crazy 24 hours, but it is what it is. Hope you're all having a good day today, enjoying yourselves, man. You know what I mean? Everyone's confused right now. It seems no one knows who's who, no one knows what they want. But listen, man, I'm the same Mckenna. No, just jokes aside. But of course, I'm gonna be with some of my fellow co-hosts, which is Oliver. Big up to Oliver and Will. Hope you guys are doing well. You know what I mean. Let's get some of your opening remarks, man. How are you feeling today, man? How are you feeling about Chelsea, man, today?
Not too different to yesterday. A little bit more confident.
Fair enough.
Because I think there's been some news which has been a bit positive today. So yeah, not too bad.
We'll get into it, but the last time the person was mysterious, it turned out to not be who we were expecting, even though this person did do well in the EPL this season. So what we know, man, it could be a League One manager. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I was such a troll today. Sorry. I just had to put that in there as a little cheeky joke. But listen, at the end of the day, we'll definitely get into it. How about you, Oliver, bro? How are you feeling today?
I've not really been on Twitter too much today, I can't lie. I've only really just been tuning in recently to sort of see some things. Some of the stuff I'm hearing about Mckenna, particularly from the playback that Pies has been doing with this Ipswich fan, I am starting to have some major reservations about that. So, yeah, I sort of when I was kind of putting my head down to rest last night, I was thinking, you know what, he sounds all right, but maybe not after this. I'm going to need to be convinced, but we'll get into it anyway.
Of course, 100%. And guys, as usual, you can make sure to like, share, subscribe. Of course, obviously, you can also super chat in if you've got any review points and everything they want to give away. You also got some memberships if you would like to, of course, continue on. But first and foremost, here, honestly, I want to start with some of the more breaking news, then we can continue on onto a different types of manager. So let me just bring that in for you right now first. And that is, of course, this is the latest breaking news, by the way, from Sam Mokbel. He's probably, I would say, one of the more reliable Chelsea guys. I think you guys would agree with that. I think statement too. In terms of like Chelsea news, I would say he's probably one of the best actually as of recent years. And essentially, according to him, Chelsea have started formal interviews with candidates. There is understood to be a fourth mystery man involved in the race between Mckenna, Frank, and Maresca. Now, the thing that's confusing me here, guys, before we even get into the mystery fourth candidate, Maresca, and even Mckenna, is that there's an alleged, or I swear Frank rejected us yesterday. What's going on?
Yeah, I thought that as well. I wouldn't expect him to.
I'm gonna bring it up right now. I'm gonna search for it right now. But like, I thought he definitely rejected us because, like, when I was.
I think it's just they're reusing the same image, like collage image, probably just over again to save time.
No, because it's not only him that said that. Even Matt Laws actually said this too, as of recently, which is what has confused me. So, that's what's made me personally confused, because I was fairly certain that he had rejected us already. But at the end of the day, bro, what are your thoughts on Thomas Frank? Because for me, he's the one where I just don't understand how he works with our team personally. I'll start with you, Oliver, on that one, because for me personally, I just don't understand how he fits the team. I don't see that where the fit works with Thomas Frank. It's not even. I'm not even talking about him as the manager. Just his tactics alone, for me, I don't understand how they fit in the team.
So yeah, initially I was thinking the same thing as you, but then I was thinking, you know what? Actually, this guy's been linked to Liverpool before, and we're linked to him now. Like, what am I missing? So I thought I'm going to watch I'm going to watch a tactics video of this guy. 99% of that video was set pieces. So yeah, we were actually right about that. He doesn't fit us at all. I don't know what the pull is for him. Has he got like some mad agent? I really don't know, but it doesn't suit us at all. The profile of the squad isn't there. The style of play isn't what has been briefed to the media. So, if we're apparently not looking at Amorim because of questions about the tactical fit to the squad, then why are we even thinking about shortlisting Thomas Frank for an interview?
This is what I'm saying. Like, I again, it's just I don't know. I thought he hated us too. By the way, from what I knew, he doesn't even like us. So I don't even know how he's in contention to even speak about. That's what's confusing me. At least with the other two, I can somewhat understand, right? Yeah, but for me, what's confusing me is that I thought he had rejected us anyway, but then I also know he doesn't like us as a football club as well. So I just, you know what I mean? EPL tough, big up to you, bro. Long time no see. But like, that might be true. But usually, if you don't like something, you can always go somewhere else.
I mean, he's also he's criticised us multiple times. To be honest, not even just once.
Yeah. So for me, that's where the confusion, at least in my personal opinion, comes in, because like, if you've not rated us before and you still don't rate us now, what's going on in it? At the very least, in my personal opinion. So that's why I don't understand the Thomas Frank situation. Now, I'm actually, I don't know that. Oh, look who it is, my Jamaican brother, bro. What are you saying, big man? Can I? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked the other man, them. Yeah, and this is this. Yeah, how the hell is Thomas Frank still on the list? I thought he rejected us, bro. I'm hearing that he's still on the list somehow, bro. Yesterday I was hearing rejected. Now he's on the list. I don't even know how he fits us at all. And also, he doesn't even like us. So it's a bit crazy, bro. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on no more. I just see names on a list and my head is hot. So I'm seeing Mckenna, I'm seeing Frank, and I'm seeing Mascara and that. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like,
Fair enough.
like what?
Yeah.
Thomas
Go ahead,
Frank
bro.
just doesn't make sense in general because of the players that we have. This guy
That's
likes
what I
to
was
play
saying.
big physical hoofball like Poch, and we have possession based players. And now we're linked to two championship managers who have had a good season. One, apparently Enzo Mascara doesn't even have the Leicester fans like approval. Like, apparently those guys are booing him every game. They don't like his football, blah 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 blah. And then McKenna's just like this new hipster choice. Like, he's like one of those unknown managers who's had like a breakout season in a half decent team in a recognizable league, and people are going crazy about him. Like, he's the next best thing, and they're making Pep to Barca and Mourinho to whoever, and so on. Comparisons in terms of level of football to where they are today. Like, they're trying to talk about McKenna as if he's the next Pep. But just because he came from Ipswich and came to Chelsea, and Pep came from Barcelona B to Barcelona, like, that's not how it works, man.
Fair enough. Now you know what
Like,
it is, man. We're gonna
mm.
definitely get to like the McKenna talk. Look, I saw some stuff. I had like he might like Chilwell to play Chilwell. So I mean, that's a red flag automatically. So that's a red
See,
flag.
that's the problem, right? Like, we're looking at hypothetical situations about what could be and so on. We were doing that in the preseason with how Poch was playing in the preseason tournaments and how the season panned out. And I know that's hindsight, but you can't. We said before that we can't look at preseason and then judge how our main season's gonna go. But you can't look at how the way a guy used a guy named Leaf Davis and then compare him to Chilwell and how Chilwell is used. One, we're gonna depend. That's basically saying, one, Cucurella can't do the job that he's asked, that Leaf Davison guy was
Does
being asked of. He can't overlap. He can't attack consistently. He can't deliver crosses consistently, and he's just not good going forward in general. And then Chilwell, who is supposed to be our best attacking fullback, or one of two, which is him and Reece James. He can't stay fit consistently, and then for the past 2 years, even when he has stayed fit, that guy hasn't done anything in attack consistently either, or to a decent level. So I don't know what we're banking on. And if people are going to start talking about bringing back Maatsen or trying to keep Maatsen, Maatsen's about to play a Champions League final at the second biggest club in Germany. Why is he going to come back and play for a championship manager? And how is said championship manager with a lacking CV? I mean, people think of like the two consecutive promotions. Wrexham just did two consecutive promotions, so we can't look at that CV and start talking about what could be
To be fair,
in a Chelsea
to be
job.
fair, that's national championship and then League Two. So you know what I mean.
No,
That
but
was
that's
a
what
bit
that's
different.
what no, but that's what I'm saying though. You can't like you're doing
Yeah,
consecutive promotions from the lower leagues of England and trying to hype it up and make this guy sound more feasible in a Chelsea sense. We're
fair
looking at
enough.
we're talking about a two-time like a multi Premier League, multi UCL, multi Europa League winning institution being managed by a
Mm.
guy that just got promoted twice with Ipswich Town from the lower tiers of England. And we're at,
To be fair,
and the supposed demands of the owners is going to be making top four and winning the
that's
Europa
what I
League
said
possibly.
before. I said this to you before, by the way. I told you it doesn't make sense. That does not make sense, by the way. That's like they talk about red flags, yeah. That's a red flag, you know what I mean? Automatically. But big
Yeah.
up Killer Red, bro. But listen, obviously I'm gonna get into McKenna in a bit, but I want to talk about I want to start hot, yeah, and talk about the mysterious fourth man. And I'm just gonna give my personal opinion. It's not Ruben Amorim and it's not Dezabi. I'm just gonna tell you, it's not gonna be those two because
Yeah.
because the thing is, the reporters, they're already reporting Dezabi's still on the list. They've been talking about Ruben Amorim way beforehand. So whoever the fourth man is, yeah, it can't be any of those guys. For all we know, it could be another championship manager. It could be someone else in the EPO that I don't know who it could be.
Bro,
You
do you know
know,
who it could, you know what's the worst one? Imagine if it's Southgate. Oh my god. Could you imagine?
nah, don't do that, man. You know what?
No,
That's the time.
if you told me Southgate, if Southgate's name ever comes up in the same sentence or paragraph as Chelsea, the way I'd absolutely crash the fuck out. I would actually crash out. The next civilian when I walk out my home on that sidewalk is catching the craziest fade of their fucking life, and it will be so unprovoked that they'd have to put me in a mental hospital and state prison. Because why? What would Southgate do? What has Southgate warranted? That guy has been a certified failure for 100% of his career.
It can't be him,
Consecutive
bro. It can't be
failures,
him.
consecutive false expectations set, and he's never met them. What is
No,
Southgate
man.
doing on a list with Chelsea's name? Why? What are we doing? Oh my
Well, are we saying that it's? The thing is, if it's Ruben Amorim, yeah, then we would have. It wouldn't even need to man by Sunday. They would have just have this done by now, and they would have decided Ruben Amorim is going to be the new manager of the football club after Sunday.
Mm.
They would have decided.
The thing is, I think they already have their manager who they want done.
I agree with that. By the way,
Yeah, we were talking about this with Matisse just now. They were talking. People were saying. I think they know who they are, but they just like to fucking screw with us mentally so much that they're doing this entire process, the headliner thing for the media, and they're just doing what they do all the whole time. And the thing is, these guys love gambles, right? It's an addiction at this point. They love to take gambles with young managers, young players. Now they're doing this everything has to be a surprise for them because these guys love this storyline of rags to riches or some bullshit like that, and they want a young manager to build up this strong squad and dominating squad and blah 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 blah. This surprise manager thing is like they're opening FIFA packs. Like they just want a surprise. They're trying to pack a team of the season or something. At this point, that's what they're trying to do with the manager. They're just trying to pack a team of the season.
I'm convinced.
No, they're on the team of the season grind.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They're trying to pack that team of the season Mbappe, but they're getting team of the season O'Shea from the Championship at Coventry. Like, come on, man.
No, man. He's saying they get the regular one. Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Nah, man.
No,
They don't even get the regular Mbappe.
They're just getting team of the season Carvajal, man. That's the new duplicate. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. The new duplicate, bro. They're getting team of the season O'Shea and thing. No, man. I hate these brothers,
I'm convinced that the shortlist is growing for the coach's voice, video. They're literally just scrolling through the catalogue.
Oh, we have a theory, by the way. Yeah, Will has a theory, by the way, Jared. Yeah, that they're watching the coach's choice here and choosing from the manager for them there. That's how they're choosing the manager.
No way.
I mean,
bro, Enzo Maresca's got
think
a
about
coach's choice. Enzo Maresca's got a
Thomas
coach's
Frank
choice.
does, Potter does, and they
Potter
got
does. I don't know if
Um,
Amarin has one. But maybe De Zerbi, I think, has one, if I'm not mistaken.
Has
think
what?
I've
A
seen
coach's
Zerbi.
choice?
Yeah, coach's choice where they show the tactics off and everything.
Nah.
I've been saying it, bro.
I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna
Yo.
fight. Nah, I'm gonna
Mm,
fight. Nah, what are you
listen,
talking?
I'm telling you,
No,
man.
man.
I'm going to quickly look up if McKenna actually has one.
Is
No,
Amarin the
man.
type of? Is Amarin the type to do everything he's told? Again, I don't know.
The
how
thing
many
is,
times I've seen this.
I think he can. I think he is because that guy is
think he
a
can,
certified
yeah.
feeder club. He's literally
problem
been
is,
used to
yeah,
his players being
the-
sold consistently.
The problem is we're not going to be a club that's going to consistently sell our players. Okay, that's the first thing. The only other thing that I think they want is that a manager tells them, "I would like this type of player." Because, by the way, they did this with Poch himself. The reason why Ugochukwu is at this football club is because of Poch, not the ownership. Poch. He asked them specifically for a tall player, apparently, tall centre mid that can be a 6, and that's why Ugochukwu was at the football club. By the way, they got
They
him
gave him
Ugochukwu.
Cassidy though.
Oh, man, I hate to break it to you, man, but Fabregas also has one as well.
Oh,
No. Let
Oh,
them land
Dyche
with the
has
Fabregas
one.
one.
Jesse
The
Marsh
Fabregas
has
one, I will hear. I will be so shameless about Fabregas if he
Xavi
joins
has
as our
one, to be
manager.
honest. At least Xavi has
You
one.
know what, bro? I'm telling you, man. Imagine if it's Xavi, the secret hope man. You never know, man.
No. Asking Xavi to come to Chelsea is like asking Hitler to mold with the Jews or something, bro.
What? What the hell? What the hell?
Let me land.
Nah, that's crazy.
Xavi's whole shtick and his whole identity is Barcelona. Barcelona and Chelsea have one of the most serious international club beefs of all time, particularly from those Champions League run-ins, bro. Asking Xavi to put aside his hatred and come manage Chelsea is that similar to you know who and them.
Hey, Will Still also has one as well, man.
Don't piss me off. If I ever see
Oh,
Will Still's name, oh my, you know, I said I'd crash out if it was Southgate, but if it's actually Will Still, I will crash out times 2. I will crash out
Listen,
times 2.
the thing is, though, Matt Law is saying, I genuinely have no idea who the mysterious fourth candidate is. I know EPL Turf said that it's Ruben Amorim, but the thing is, we've even heard stuff about Ruben Amorim being a candidate on the list too. So for me, I don't think it's anyone that we think it is, whether it be De Zerbi, Amorim, all of the guys that have
I
been on the
thought it was
list.
going to be like a mid-table Premier League manager. At first, I
I
thought
personally,
I thought it was Marco Silva or something, but he's already been linked.
Hey,
So,
Silva's been mentioned too. That's the thing.
I know.
Silva's been mentioned too.
he's been mentioned,
Chris.
but they said that he's unlikely. So let's cool
Yeah,
it with
that's what I'm saying.
Let's cool it with the Silver.
And-
Let's cool it with the Silver.
Listen, Chris, you know me, sorry, Istanbul, we love it around here. I don't know if it can be sorry, bro. The way these guys are acting over McKenna, they'll be going crazy over sorry. You know what I mean? The way they were crashing out on sorry, bro, was insane. By the way,
Nah,
you know
the
what
thing
I mean?
about Sorry is Sorry pissed me off the first time, but I'm hearing the Sorry thing now. He pissed me off the
The
first
thing
time,
is-
but I'm hearing it.
Yeah, this is a sorry team, by the way. I've said this before. This team, yeah, under sorry would be cooking. But the thing is, I personally don't think it's him. So I'm running out of guys that I can think of who it could be at this point.
I mean, do you know what? I've been thinking. I hate Enzo Maresca, by the way. I really don't want him, but I actually see why. It does kind of make a little bit of sense. Like stylistically, it just kind of makes. I really
I'm
don't.
looking at managers right now, yeah. Because I'm trying to look at no, it won't be Southgate. These guys aren't that level of type. You know what I mean? The data shows
Nah,
that
they're not that
shit.
stupid.
Yeah,
They're not that
yeah.
stupid.
The data
But
will.
if they are that stupid, oh my god.
Yeah. Listen, the data will show them. You know what I mean? That's not the right way. You know.
Ahmed, I think Maresca would be the end of Chilwell though. Confirmed because he inverted.
Alhamdulillah, man. We need that, man. We need that, man.
Maresca
I'm not trying to see
doesn't
Chilwell next season. I'm not trying to see Chilwell next season.
Because, like, even if
now.
like I'm looking at the table now just to see the managers, right? Newcastle's got Eddie Howe. They've already mentioned Eddie Howe, and it's not likely. Big up Joe, but they've already said Michelle's unlikely. Sebastian Hoeneß, they've already said it's unlikely. Iriola, but even Iriola's been mentioned as well. So, like, again, like, I'm running out of guys. Like, nah, I don't. It can't be this guy though. You know what?
Raiola can't make sense. Who?
No. O'Neal. Oh my god, it could be O'Neal.
Gary O'Neal.
Oh, for
Oh,
fuck's sake.
that
Gary
could be the
O'Neal.
mystery guy. If I'm looking at the league, yeah, I'm just looking at the Premier League. I'm looking at managers that have not been linked to us.
You're
O'Neal
talking
could be
about the
one.
Wolves manager.
Yes, O'Neal.
Hey, he's
He
better
could
than
be the
Frank.
mystery Wolfman.
He makes
could
more
be
sense
the.
than Frank.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
I was going to say,
Don't
Will,
kill.
it is more of a fit than Thomas Frank.
But again, mystery manager. If you're thinking of a mystery manager that no one's heard about, that is not been in the media apparently.
You know what? I think I thought they were going to consider Farioli before he went to Ajax, but
I agree. I thought they would.
Who the fuck
there's
is
a guy in the league.
Farioli?
He's the niece
manager,
from
gone to
the
Ajax.
niece manager. The niece manager. Do you
That's
know
crazy.
who I think? Yeah. I forgot who the breast manager is. Who's the breast manager?
Oh, I don't even know.
I need to double check because he was cooking. By the way, he got a guy, a relegated Les Malou to produce crazy hoops this season. By the way, Eric Roy, but he's a threat. Nah, man, I don't think they would ever do that.
Isn't Eric Bosch the is that his name? The fucking ex-Leverkusen manager, or whatever his name is. Isn't he PSV manager?
But
he's shit. I don't want him. I would.
Yeah, he's shit. Let's not do that, man.
Yeah.
That's it. I can't think of anyone in the French league that they would want. So as such, I don't think it's definitely from that league anyway. So just letting everyone know, we're in safe hands on that one. But I'm trying to think. German league.
Sorry, yeah. Peter Bosch. No, not
Peter
Eric
Bosch. Yeah. What man said? Don't say Gabriel. Patrick Vieira ain't coming here, mate. You know what I mean?
I'll actually turn
bro.
I'll turn racist if Patrick Vieira becomes our manager. By the way,
What?
I'm doing it.
Oh my God.
I would turn racist if that guy.
No, bro.
Bro, we gave Patrick Vieira, Angelo, and Andre Santos, and you want to give him Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo? No, I will actually turn racist if that guy rolls out. I will turn racist.
Oh my
I will.
God, bro.
I will. I will. I promise you. I promise
you. Know what? The only ex-Chelsea player who I wouldn't mind as manager is Shevchenko. Man, he's the only coach that I've seen do anything that has any.
The problem is, I was looking at United's list, by the way. United, have you seen the United list? So they've got Thomas Tuchel, Mauricio Pochettino, Thomas Frank, and they've got Kieran McKenna. That's their four. Apparently, they're going to look at if they set Ten Hag, which again is a big if. I don't think they're going to sack Ten Hag. By the way,
Tuchel won't go.
I do.
Sure.
I think that's. By the way, Ahmed, that's let's just say the word on the street. Word on the street in Manchester is they could even do a Van Gaal with him if he wins the FA Cup. So,
damn, fair enough then. But again, you know, I'm just looking at this stuff, and I just think, you know, I don't know what's going on, bro. Because like, I was expecting some level of like we would know who the guy is by now. But the fact that we still don't know who the guy is by now,
nah, we won't know. They did it. They did it last season. They were
But the
like
thing is,
but
apparently, because the thing is, the way Matt Law is reporting at the very least, again, pinch of salt of him. He's saying they're gonna have the manager done by June 1st.
Yeah, Matt Law's been working on.
Is that next Saturday?
That's next Saturday. So we should technically know by now if that's the case. Who the guy's gonna be? That's the thing.
The thing about Matt Law is he's been working on scraps the whole time because the Chelsea
But
man.
he's the one that found out first. The only reason why I would say, maybe what's it called? He's a bit different. Is that he actually was the one that broke it before even the club broke.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I actually trust Alex Goldberg more than half these guys. I can't even lie.
I don't trust Alex.
I know. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Alex Goldberg though he said he said that they already got their guy already in their mind probably. So
I think
I agree with that.
He said he believed that. He believes that.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. I still think we could end up getting Zerbi. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. I can't lie.
Because me and Will, we've been doing the theory thing of like it's probably going to be Roberto De Zerbi in the end. That's what I believe personally as well. But like the thing with the Mckenna stuff and then the Maresca stuff, is just that I don't know why they've been brought up. Like I just don't understand that. Like I get like they should be realizing, yeah. What's it called? They should be realizing that, listen, there's no way any of these guys are going to be just a championship manager to be your future, like, manager. I know that companies done that at Bayern, but the difference is company at Bayern, what's it called? Yeah, is you can only say he's been at Burnley this season and crashed out, and the stuff at Bayern right now is cooked. But we should not be this level of cooked in our looking for the way we're looking at our manager.
Yeah,
that's all, man.
Chelsea
Big up.
Finished
yeah.
jobs.
Oh, big up to my guy Seniac. I hope Alex Goldberg is right. But if it's RDZ or Amrin, I'll be okay. Again, I kind of agree. The problem, again, the issue I have is the dump here between championship manager and then and then asking them to go to get top 4 and a trophy is a bit crazy, bro. You can't be asking from a guy like that, man. That's like mission impossible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? I think De Zerbi's getting a bit underrated, to be honest. Can't lie.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's perfect.
De Zerbi's had to deal with a lot this season.
Yeah. What, Senior? Big up to you, Senior, bro. But they can't be feelers, man. They should know, yeah. If they ever send Mckenna,
you know what, though? That
Chelsea
actually low-key is true. That actually low-key might be the case, by the way.
But if it is feelers, by the way, that's kind of stupid though, because you know that this club, these guys are never gonna be. What's it called? They're never gonna say that. Do you know how crazy that is?
But Ahmed, the whole point of Mckenna, people are saying that he's waiting for any contact as well. There's not really been any contact, apparently. Apparently, he's only got a proposal from Brighton. So,
yeah, he's waiting. If it's true, then he's waiting on Chelsea to give one. And if Chelsea don't give him one, then he's going Brighton. But if Chelsea give him one, he's coming here, or he's gonna at least try to come here.
My God, this is crazy. A year ago, if you told me we'd be looking at
Man United didn't win the FA Cup, then Ten Hag could get sacked. All right. They do this in all types of sorts. Yeah. They're definitely looking at Mckenna. Yeah, I agree with Jazz that they're definitely looking at him but again, it's just, it kind of annoys me because it's just like, surely, the thing is, like, if they, if you've been reading, by the way, that article, they've known for quite some time now that it's not working out. I think you guys will all agree with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, yeah, and if you're to believe Darko, they've been doing due diligence on managers since, I think, was it March or February?
Yeah, and they've also kept in contact with coaches even when Potter was in charge.
So for me, if all of this has been happening, I would have thought by now the guy that you wanted would have been locked up before you know what I mean, you got him before you sacked Poch, and then it would have been done by now. That's just me personally, innit? But that's what's confusing me, innit? Surely, you've been doing the research, you've been speaking to these guys, you interviewed these guys already, you know who you want to get by now, and they know that you want them. Poch gets sacked on Monday. Is it Monday you got sacked or Tuesday? It's Tuesday, right? Tuesday you get sacked. Yeah. Tuesday you got sacked. By Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, we know who the next guy is.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, I think this time around they're holding their cards so close to their chest that they don't. I think they want to do a release, like a proper release that nobody else gets like an inside scoop on. Before the time that they want to release, which is like probably the 1st of June.
Oh, Felix tweeted about Amron apparently. Let me see. I didn't see any tweet from him. You can go on ahead. I'm not going to research the tweet for the time being. Oh, yeah. Let's share this tab instead. There we go. Let me increase it for you guys. This is some breaking news currently. Ruben Amron is being considered for the managerial vacancy at Chelsea. However, any move would have to be completed after Sporting's cup final on Sunday versus Porto. Sergio Conceição has been offered to Chelsea by Jorge Mendes, but is not thought to be a serious consideration.
Conceição would have made sense under Roman, but not anymore. Not a chance.
Not anymore, yeah. Not anymore at all. I agree on that one, by the way. But yeah, man. So if that's the case, then we won't know. Then we won't know them by Monday, I think. If it's him, we won't know by Monday.
Yeah,
But-
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we'll know by Monday,
Yeah.
based on Twitter reports. But the club will officially announce it on a later date.
I'll be real. This appointment realistically, although I don't think it's perfect, this move realistically has been in the making for like 2 years. So ever since they took over, so it would make sense. It would make sense. They actually know about him as well because they spoke
Big
to
up,
him
bro.
in September 2022. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not moved, bro. I told the boys and ladies on Matisse's thing that I'm just over it all now. I'm just
Yeah.
I
hear you,
just
bro.
don't care at this point because too much has gone has happened in the last 2 years for me to genuinely care at this point, and it's all negativity for me. So at this point, I'm just not even. I'm not about it, bro. Like like the names I'm hearing. I'm hearing McKenna. I'm hearing Enzo. I'm hearing Frank, and it just pisses me off at this point. Like I'm just angry.
Oh my god, I've
I'm just
heard some
angry.
crazy slander names for Amorim. I don't know if I can even say it. I don't know if the
Just
panel
put it in private chat, and then I'll
Don't
give you
send me
maybe.
that.
Yeah, just put it in
Yeah.
private chat, bro.
Wait, technically,
Listen, you know what, man?
it technically actually wouldn't get you taken down because it's only the name of someone. So
Nah, still, just I
Just
have
in
a feeling
case.
I know where it is, man.
Listen, you know what, man? I just think, yeah, every Chelsea fan, yeah, is just like this. You know what I mean? Let me share this instead. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you know, you know, man. If you know, you know. This is what every Chelsea fan. You know, you know what I mean? We're just ready to crash out, bro. You know what I mean? That's why, man. That I can't lie to you, man. That theme song, Chris Benoit's theme song, bro. It's how every Chelsea fan feels right now, bro. I'm telling
That's
you, man.
crazy.
Ready to crash out, man. We're just ready to crash out, bro. But listen,
Hey,
man.
let's hope they don't push anyone over the edge. You know, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
hey, it's all right, man. We don't take steroids, so we shouldn't get the rage. Right?
Oh,
Yeah, we should
fair
get
enough. Yeah.
We'll live, we'll live.
I just think, man, listen, you know, it's if you look at the manager pool, bro, in general, it's not good, bro. All of the top managers have been locked up. So every single person that you've got right now is gonna be a punt, whether you like it or not, you know what I mean? It's just about what's it called, yeah. Which percentages, you know what I mean? Which percentages, you know, you're gonna take essentially of risk. Like Amarin might be the least risk, or like De Zerbi might be the least risk. But taking someone like Mckenna or Enzo Maresca probably is going to be the highest risk they're going to take anyway. So
Nah, the thing I've noticed about this entire ownership is that these guys are just obsessed with risk and like a feel good storyline, bro. Like these guys want the bottom to the top type of story with us at every single time. Like they want to bring in a bunch of young players, and whoever comes out on top, we made them world beaters, and we formed like one of the most dominant teams over the years. They didn't believe in us in the first end. They're trying to recite that DJ Khaled thing. They didn't believe in us, but God did. But God did.
We did. God
God
did. Yeah,
did.
man.
And they're trying to do it with the manager too. Like they're bringing in a young, inexperienced manager, putting all these high expectations on him. And if he matches the expectations, they're like they didn't believe in us, but we did. So at this point, the risk sooner or later, these guys are just addicted to like a gamble, bro. These guys are all clearly always in Las Vegas or something, just gambling away, and whatever happens. So when they're gambling on this manager now, it's either gonna go really good or just really bad, and it better go really good because I don't think we have many other opportunities to get the manager right now.
I think this is last. I'll be
I
honest.
is
Right
this-
now,
this-
it's right.
yeah.
Right now, we're in last chance saloon. By the way, I think we're just in last chance saloon. And you know, let me see. Do I have my card? This one has to be it has to be an ace. You know what I mean? This has to be the ace that we need, by the way, to actually get the right manager in. But whether or not that's going to be the case, it's a different thing entirely. The problem is, having the highest ceiling is all well and good, but like, are you going to be able to reach that highest ceiling? Is that a question that I always ask. And fundamentally, that's what you have to ask yourself, really. And I just think, the players, yes, they've improved. Yes, whoever we get in, Amarin, again, even Amarin, by the way, I don't think we even have the players for Amarin's style of play. From what I've heard,
a lot of players are going to have to be sacrificed.
Yeah, Enzo's going to be another one where I don't know how he works in a system with Amarin.
The thing is, with Amarim, when he plays his back three and he has his middle two, he has one destroyer and then one guy that can do the ball playing. And that guy for those guys for him, when he was there, it was Ugarte as the destroyer, and then this Japanese guy called Morita, who was doing the ball playing. Who's doing the ball playing. So if he views Caicedo as the destroyer and Enzo as the Morita role, then that works. But then how are the wingbacks gonna work? Cucurella can't do the wingback thing like Nuno
Again,
Santos.
that's why I said
Chilwell can't do it either. And then we need a gunman striker in Gyökeres. We need wingers like Marcus Edwards and Pedro Gonçalves, and we don't have that in Mudryk and Madueke. Well, maybe Madueke is actually comparable to Marcus Edwards, but we don't have the Gonçalves in Mudryk right now. And then the centre backs Diomande, Gonçalo Ignacio, and Sebastian Coates. I think we can do something with Badiashile.
I think Badiashile will look much better, by the way. I think Badiashile, Levi Cole, and maybe even I would say Sarsi will probably look much better in the back three, personally, in my personal opinion.
They would. You can see that Badiashile is. Well, even when we start inverted Cucurella, Badiashile has looked a lot better. In that
it's because Badiashile is not. Again, I've always repeated this. Badiashile is not a destroyer centre back. He's the one that's the last line of defense. You have the guy that they have a more aggressive centre back, the one that is a bit aggressive. He's the one that holds back and waits and then steals the ball if the first guy doesn't get the ball from him. That's the way I've always seen Badiashile play at the very least.
The aggressive profile of a centre back, that's just a general problem we have with the squad. Like, besides
exactly,
Fofana,
that's what I said. Yeah.
Besides Fofana, and we shouldn't be talking about him because we have no idea how that's going to turn out after his.
No, he's just a broken toy, bro. Broken toy, man. He's just a broken toy.
You think so, but regardless, we just don't know what's going to happen there. It's probably likely that it's a failure, and then from there you've got no one that's aggressive.
This guy, no, but I think the reason why Jared is saying what's it called what's the word win back is because usually in a back three you usually in a back three usually do have attacking wing backs usually.
Yeah, the fullbacks are very attacking. And they're talking about inside tens. I can see the inside tens thing.
The problem with the inside 10 situation as well is that Nkuku would cook, and I think Barmer would cook in that system. The problem is then, what about a guy like Madueke? What about a guy like Mudryk?
Madueke is a touchline winger. Yeah. Mudryk is more. If I think Mudryk can handle that inside 10 thing a bit better because he does like to cut in a lot. But that inside 10 requires a lot of focus on your technical ability, and Mudryk doesn't have that on lock yet. The problem with Madueke is his tendencies are to hug the touchline and take on his man from the touchline. So unless you're gonna somehow figure out a way to put Madueke at right wing back, then it's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. So this is why, if you're gonna bring in allegedly Anolise, by the way, in the Amorim system, he'd probably work because he can roam in there, and he would actually be a good competitor. He can actually play a lot more, I would argue. And so those three, I don't mind. Then I think for me, Jackson is going to be interesting because I think in that system, he would probably do quite well, I would argue. I think. Yeah,
Jackson would do the inside 10 thing because again, Amorim needs the gunman up front, and Jackson ain't the gunman.
But then I think for me, and then that means for me, I hate to say it, maybe Osimhen might actually work in this team because all you would need just build up the play for him, bang, and then give the ball to him to shoot.
Yeah, that's
That,
true. The thing about Yuckers is Yuckers does have that ability to hold the ball and make passes and stuff like that. He has the ability to do that, but since everybody else around him is so very adept at what they do in terms of playmaking, like Nuno Santos and so on, Nuno
I was a
Santos,
big fan of
Gonçalves, so on and so on.
I was a big fan of Concalves, by the way. I thought he would I always thought that he was a good
He's a good
I
player.
always thought that he could come to yeah. I always said last season, I was even saying last season, if you are gonna bring in like a right winger or like a thingy, he would be a guy that we should be looking at, to be honest. But this is apparently Alex Goldberg. He said, as I said earlier on playback earlier, I believe Ruben Amorim is the guy Chelsea want, and I believe he's very much keen. But it's being kept under wraps as much as possible for two obvious reasons. Could be difficult at Sporting, and we don't want to look as if we failed on our top target. Sporting have a cup final on Sunday, would want to keep public distractions low ahead of that. I could also see similar reason as to why De Zerbi could still happen. I know Amran is the guy, but we know there's been a legit interest in RDZ. Excuse me, for a while. Yeah, it doesn't help us if our interest is public. It would be a much worse look if we make it and then we want RDZ and then lose him to Manchester United. So that's at least from his school of thought at the very least. So
I mean, I think his school of thought is backed up with actual information.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, man. Obviously, going back to what's it called, Amaran's tactics and stuff. Yeah. Would you think? Do you think he could stand the season? Then do you think we'd have to buy a goalkeeper for him, or do you think he wouldn't mind having someone like a Petrovic in the team?
No, but who's his goalkeeper right now? Then is it
Diogo Costa? Diogo Costa's Porto.
No, Diogo Costa is at Porto.
Yeah. I don't think goalkeeper matters that much, to be honest, right now.
No, it depends on who his goalkeeper is. Because if his goalkeeper is who I think it is, then it might make a big difference.
I know Sporting fans don't like Adan, the goalkeeper who plays Sporting.
Yeah, Adan's just horrible. He's always been a certified number 2. Their goalkeeper's a brother named Pinto. He's 19. Well, fuck.
Oh.
Wait, no. He's only played 2 games. Never mind. I'm bugging. Wait, who's their goalkeeper? It's Franco Israel. 10 games. Pinto, Francisco Silva. Never played. Nah, it's Adan. Yeah, they don't like Adan as well.
Ahmed, would you take Jan Oblak at Chelsea?
No,
not right now.
No,
he's on a decline. That's the problem. He's on a decline, I would say.
Nah, Oblak's horrible. He's been on a decline for a while. He's horrible. Plus, he's on more money than we're paying Sterling right now as well. So, if he's gonna make a move, he's gonna go for he's gonna ask for like 400k or something bonkers like that.
If you want a goalkeeper, go get me Ortega.
Well, Emi Martinez.
Ortega works. Nah, I don't like Emi Martinez that much.
Honest, I'll take Emi Martinez.
Yeah, I would take him too personally. I just wanna, also Ahmed. By the way, I'm assuming you meant to say against Braga, he played a 4-2-3-1, so he can change formation based on his team. I hear you, but like most managers have a starting formation that they like to use in every game, right? So I don't necessarily think that's the thing that they are looking for personally. But again, that's just my opinion, of course. But he's getting paid what? 400k a week?
No. He's Oblak is getting paid about 350k right now at Atletico Madrid. I'm saying that if he was to move, then he'd probably make demands of 400k, which is something similar to what De Gea is asking for. So at that point, he'd just be jobless. So,
they're replacing Oblak with Mamardashvili as well.
Yeah, I think they're replacing him with somebody younger and more adept.
I don't know. I was thinking about the mystery manager again. Yeah, I'm not saying this is ever going to happen, but I could see it being someone like Unai Emery, even they'd have on the short list or someone like that. trying to copy Villa's sudden burst of success in the league, or success for them in the league. I could really see them.
That's the problem. They want something that has. I know that Emery came in and he literally took them from like 16th to top 4 or top 6 with less than a season to go. But the way how our squad is structured, the way Amorim leaned on experience in that Villa team with the Ashley Youngs and stuff like that. We don't have that level of experience anymore with Thiago Silva leaving one, and we can't rely on Sterling, and then considering next season, who would our most experienced players be? They will be probably Disasi, Kepa, Sterling, and
Kepa's not going to be here next season, my friend.
and Chilwell. Maybe he might. He just might.
There's no way Kepa's at this football club next season, bro. If that, bro,
I know. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. But it could happen depending on what the new manager wants.
Does the new manager want Kepa? There's no way any new manager, any sane manager, is gonna want to keep Kepa Arrizabalaga with 1 year left on his deal. Even the club will probably refuse that to happen.
No, it's a big if. It's a very, very big if. It's a very big if. It's like a 10% chance. But that 10% chance is still a chance. So, and I don't think a lot of players want. Oh wait, go ahead.
I'll just say we can't rule it out because Pochettino was going to go with Kepa until the Real Madrid loan came up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He
didn't
want Sanchez. We weren't going to get
Sanchez. Was going to be the backup.
Yeah, Sanchez was going to be the backup, but Kepa didn't. No, Sanchez was supposed to come and compete with him. But Kepa didn't want to compete, and Kepa heard Madrid door calling, and went straight away. But then he got displaced by Luna.
That's insane, by the way, because we were going to have 4 goalkeepers in our first team: Kepa, Sanchez, Petrovic, and Bettinelli.
Actually, I don't think Petrovic comes if Kepa stayed.
Did we sign Petrovic after the Kepa loan?
I'm pretty sure we did. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, if so, then
Petrovic came like right before Palmer did. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember, but I remember us signing Sanchez really early on and saying that Sanchez is coming here to compete with Kepa for the first team for the starting goalkeeper spot.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was.
And then at that point, Kepa went to Real Madrid, and then we were looking for a new number 2 because we don't trust Bettinelli as a number 2, and Slonina is not ready. Slonina went over to the Belgium.
We never trusted Bettinelli because we knew Bettinelli was a number 3 goalkeeper. He's there to keep the morale up.
He's there for the quota. Can't lie.
Yeah, he's there for the English spot. That's what he's there for.
Yeah, Petrovic wouldn't have come if Kepa didn't go. I don't think. But I'm happy Petrovic came because that's my guy.
Yeah,
he was the second best goalkeeper in the MLS next to Andre Blake. But yeah, I like him.
I personally am a big fan of Petrovic. You know, I think we need to stick. I feel like we can get in the top 4 of him if we stick him in for another season personally. So, but again, that's just my personal opinion. But listen, again, you know, obviously another day. I don't think there's going to be any other news on the manager stuff. Maybe you know what they're like 10. You know what I mean. You know what Chelsea is like 10 p.m. They like to crash out. Usually the Chelsea report like to crash out at 10 p.m. But it'll probably be like something like Mckenna is Maresca and Chelsea have had meetings or dealings. Watch, that's probably what's gonna happen. You know, it's like, but it is what it is at the end of the day. But listen, man, I wanna actually talk about some of the signings because apparently Chelsea are trying to bring in Ulisse. What are your thoughts on that?
More right wingers, I see. That's about 6-7 right wingers now. Ulisse, Esteval, Paez, Madueke, Palmer, Omari, Angelo. Yeah, about 7 right wingers.
7 right wingers, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's a ridiculous amount, by the way. And for me, you know, we still don't have club number 3. I don't understand what's going on, honestly. Like,
the thing is, club number 3. The reports are coming out saying that Paez and Esteval are not gonna be coming out as to be like on the bench. They're coming to start for the first team. They're coming for first team
Mm.
ball. And that's the
Mhm.
guarantee that's apparently being given to them, that they're going to be first teamers when they get here in 2025. So that leaves us to think, is Elise going to be playing, rotating in the 10 with Palmer or something? Is Palmer going to be permanently moved to the 10? Is Elise going to be playing across the front three wherever needed? Like, is something like that? Is Madueke going to be sold then in that case? Amari's apparently already being looked to be sold. Is Angelo just gonna permanently move to some other team like Strasbourg or whoever our next feeder club is gonna be?
The thing is, our next feeder club is meant to be Sporting. Apparently, that's allegedly. That's I thought and like the last time I heard, they were like the last. We were like quite close to getting that one done. So I don't know what's happened. And that was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was that like in March, guys, or like or
Yeah,
February?
we were trying to buy a stake in
A minority stake, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kind of stake that what's his name Ratcliffe has with Man United. Like, it's not a majority stake, but it's like it's a decently high stake with responsibilities of footballing operations, I'm guessing. So
Fair enough.
I'm not sure. Apparently we tried to do like some crazy like high percentage stake in Sporting the last time and it didn't work. So
Yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully something does get sorted out there. Ahmed Kepa to Arsenal. Why would Kepa go to Arsenal? Why would even Arsenal want Kepa? They already have their Kepa in what's his name? Raya, literally. So there's literally no point. They're the same height. They do the same things. No difference. Need to bring in a proper manager before we think about players. What are we gonna do? Bring in players the manager doesn't want? Big man, that's what they've decided to do from now on. That's the idea.
Guys, I'll put it very simply. We need to get the word manager out of our heads because that's not what we're doing.
It's just coach. It's just coach.
That's not what we've been doing. We are hiring a head coach. They are not to be involved in the transfers. That's overstepping the boundaries of their role. They are there to coach the team with the players that they're given and do the best with it.
Honestly, it's people don't like to hear it sometimes, but it's almost similar to what Roman was doing, except Roman actually listened to some of the players that the manager wanted. Under the Roman era, we would sign players that were considered club signings, like Havertz, the Vernos. Those guys were club signing type of players, and we've had managers which were we've had coaches that have had to manage players that they didn't want. We had Sarri managing Alonso and somebody else. We had Lampard managing Alonso and Emerson.
Guys. Do you know what the issue is here?
Silva.
People have not. Do you know what it is here, Jared? Yeah, and people have not realized this. Yeah, and I hate to bring this up. Man, in general, it is very rare that managers have good talent ID. Firstly, secondly, they don't even have the time to be scouting. How is the manager going to be demanding the players when they're not even scouting for them? Let's say if the manager, again, the other question you got to ask yourself here. Let's say a manager asks you to buy Messi for me. Like, let's say it was Messi in his prime. I want Messi. As a club, you know you can't do that because you don't have the money. You know what I mean? Sometimes we need to. Again, I feel like the modern day person in charge now is a coach. He asks for specific player types. The club will bring them in to help him out, to help him improve the team and the direction. That's why there's sporting directors now that exist.
Yeah, the prime example of that is when Klopp went to Liverpool. He wanted Brandt and Goetze and not Salah and Mane. So if the sporting directors listened to what he asked for and gave him Brandt and Goetze instead of Salah and Mane, what would we have seen from Liverpool? Would they have challenged so many times? Would they have won a Champions League? Would they have done this and that?
Jared,
even Pep does this, by the way. Even Pep does this, but Pep asks for specific plays. Was Pep looking at Rodri when he was at Atletico or when he was in that academy? Are you telling me? Yeah, he was watching. What's it called? Yeah, my guy.
Was he watching Doku?
Doku. He wasn't watching Doku like I was watching Doku. I knew about the
Yeah,
through
facts.
ball. You know what I mean? But he wasn't watching him.
I know he wasn't watching
Yeah.
Doku. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you can say Grealish because he faced him, right? But, like, a lot of these guys that we talk about in general, they haven't watched them.
But
You know what
again,
I'm
though,
saying?
I'm sorry, but do you have to be a scout to know who Jack Grealish is?
No.
No.
I said exception. I said that's why I said exception. But I
Yeah.
also
By the way,
yeah.
just before you go, Jared, the clock comparison is perfect because when they did give him transfer influence, he signed bums like Darwin Nunez and Cody Gakpo. He instead of getting midfield depth with a permanent transfer signing, you know what he did? He loaned in Arthur Melo from Juventus, and he only played 13 minutes that season because he's
Yeah.
injury prone. So that's what happens when you give these unqualified guys the power to do that sort of stuff. So
Yeah,
overstepping their boundaries.
there's some coaches that will know what they want based on like relationships with players. And one is Sarri when he wanted Jorginho. Sarri made it very clear when he came that he wanted Jorginho and nobody else. And he made Jorginho work. Yes, he got run by a few times, but yeah, he made Jorginho work. But then he brought in Kovacic, and then we had Barkley, and he was rotating between Kovacic and Barkley in the Jorginho role sometimes. And that's
But you know what it is,
where
Jared?
it goes wrong sometimes. Yeah.
But Jared, the reason why the Jorginho one, when he asked for Pacific and Jorginho, made sense is because you knew his style of play at Napoli was like around Jorginho.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
That was
No,
his guy.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm
So
saying
I
that
don't mind. I
I
don't mind if a man just coming in and he's like, listen, I need this guy because you bring me in for the system. This is the guy that I surround my system with at the previous club. He's got the level to reach this next level, right? I don't mind that, but Chelsea, is a systemic example of this, by the way, where we brought in players for managers, and I think under Tuchel, if I'm not mistaken, we had guys from the Conte era, or even Mourinho era, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah, some.
at this football club, some from Conte, Sarri, and Tuchel era ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying to you? And the thing is, all of those guys could only work in certain systems.
Yeah. Yeah. We refused to sell players, and we just kept them and said you have to make them work because we can't move them on. That was a problem under Roman, and it's gonna be a problem under this new ownership as well, where we have a bunch of players, and we might not bring in the manager that fits their profile, but we're gonna put pressure on the coaches to say you have to make them work because we brought them here and we can't move them on right now. It's the same thing, but people don't like it because one, there's a comfortability factor with Roman. There's history with Roman, but there's no history with this new ownership. But we're doing basically the same exact thing under this new ownership that we were doing under Roman. But people just don't like this new ownership to begin with, so they're not going to see it that way. We're doing the same thing of bringing in players and bringing in managers who are almost polar opposites, and we're asking the manager to fit them into their systems and make them work, or else they're getting sacked. We were doing the same thing with the Alonsos, the Emersons, the midfielders in Kante and so on, with the Jorginhos and whatever. We were doing the same thing. But since there's an attachment,
Seeing what I've got here, this is not the protest stuff. We'll get to the protest stuff eventually, but this
That's
is
not happening,
what's
by
it
the
called? No, this is a diss track. Someone decided to go to Stamford Bridge, I think, today and do a diss track to Todd
That's
Bowley, the guy
crazy.
that's not even in charge. So let's have a cheeky listen.
Yo, state of my club is making me sick. Stupid American cricketers board full of console trying to get rich. This ain't baseball, stop trying to pick kids up from young. Just for a quick flip for the profit, walk of the slick. At 16 years old, I beg you quick figure turn Chelsea to a big pile of shit. Greedy, fat, clueless wanker, aimlessly drifting. Coach was the anchor, now what's the answer? Consult your banker. Pick another clothes like Santa. Thanks for nothing. Potter, you fucked him. Lampard fucked him. Coach was disgusting. Golf and you stopped him. It's disgusting. Call me Abramovich, bro. I'm a Russian. Through the door, gets on the floor. One set your brainless. Next you're a corpse. Roman was forced to soak as a Putin. That's the case, and I give Todd Ward this dumb trying to run clubs because it's fun. Some people would die for the badge, and you just sunk us out to dry. Next time you fly over to London, no, it's on site. Yo, state of my club is me.
Okay, I can't lie. That was hard. That was cold.
That was
cold.
good.
That was cold.
That was good.
That was cold.
No.
On a Skepta type beat. Yeah, that's cold. That's cold.
It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I like
we'll give it to him. It's cold, man. I
That's
just,
cold. That's cold.
the problem I just keep having, they keep saying flipping for profit when they can't take money. Like, why, what is this? Where has this come from that we're flipping for profit? Like, this money has to be reinvested, by the way. They have to reinvest this money for a whole decade. They can,
Yeah,
any money
they
they make with
literally
profit.
signed a contract to say that all the money that they make has to be reinvested. They can't keep this money. And that's I think
Until
it's like an
2032.
anti-glazer clause. An anti-glazer clause in
Yes.
the contract they signed when they bought the club is that they cannot they can't pocket any money that they make during this 10-year period. Now, should they own the club past the 10 years, then that's a different story. But for at least the first 10 years that they signed off on, they can't pocket that.
But again, though, we know what it is with most of these people that like call them names and do diss tracks and plan protests. A lot of them are very uneducated about how it actually works.
The thing is, I don't know that much about it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know all this much about it. But I've read what was in the thing. Like, it's very common. It's public knowledge what was in the contract that they signed. So
But that's the thing that annoys me, Jared. Yeah.
I hear it to an extent. I know Eunice doesn't like. Eunice is a person who really doesn't like these guys because of how we're doing our business with Cobham talent and flipping players for the profits and for the books and stuff. I can hear his point, but we can't reinvest it. They can't hold on to that money. They have to reinvest it. And to a degree, it does get to a point sometimes where the whole pure profit and the whole books thing, it does get a bit excessive because it kind of hurts the football side as well.
But where I can't be hearing that though is we were doing the same thing under Roman. Where was the criticism?
No, that's true. The loan army is the perfect one. We bought so many players, young players who were predicted to be the next big thing, like the Kennedys, the Van Ginkels, the Marins, the so on.
Pasalic is another one that who just won the Euros.
Pasalic, those kinds of guys, they were brought in as a way to, they would go into the loan army, and if they made it, they made it. If they didn't, they didn't. And we'd sell them
Jared,
afterwards.
by the way, at one point in time, on the loan army, we had 33, I think, guys on loan. We had 33 guys on loan. I remember that, by the way. That was because
I remember that. That was disgusting, by the way. That's why they put a limit on it. That's why they put a limit on loans,
because of us and Man City were abusing it, bro. And I just think, for me, the issue I have here is that I think they definitely need to start. I think the stuff about pure profit stuff, I 100% agree on. But I think the issue, I feel like next season I don't want to be hearing about pure profit stuff like that. But if the player is not going to be here and they're not willing to sign the contract you're giving them, then they're gonna have to leave, bro. You know what I'm saying to you? At the end of the day, that's just the reality that we have to face him. Whether it be a Gallagher, Chalobah, he's got his contract. It doesn't matter what they do with him. He can say, I'm staying. I don't care.
No, Chalobah, they just don't rate him. That's the difference.
Chalobah, they don't rate him. But a guy like Gallagher, if he's not gonna sign a contract that they give him, or if they're not giving him a contract, then eventually someone's gonna have to give that. You know what I'm saying to you? And the pure profit stuff, bro, it's gonna have to stop. Because I don't want us to be selling, our academy ground or the training ground. That stuff should not be happening at all, by the way. You know what I mean? For us to be balancing any books in general. And as for going back to the pure profit stuff, I don't think that's a problem. If you want to just remove and leave the kids alone, I don't care. At the end of the day, bro, not all of these guys are gonna succeed at Chelsea. Not one I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But people in the chat are saying that how else are we gonna do it? Get money with our small stadium. I mean, they've talked about the whole getting money without the stadium thing, but to a degree, it gets kind of extreme with how we're doing it right now. I think signing 6-7, going back to what Roman was doing with the whole loan army, except there's no loan army this time. We're just doing like a fucking battle royale, Royal Rumble type thing with players in different in similar positions. Because what happens if Kendry and Estevao don't work out? Because Kendra and Esteval, the way that we're talking about them and how much we're investing into them and talking about how we're gonna push them to the first team as soon as they land, that means Angelo's gonna be sold, Amari's gonna be sold, obviously. Madueke is most likely gonna be sold. Who's the other right winger? There's
Mario Hutchinson, Madueke, Angelo. That's it.
yeah, those three. Those three are probably gonna get sold. Most
But-
definitely gonna get sold. But the whole thing about making money, if this is the short term plan for making profits, then I don't think it's a. I think it'll hurt us more in the long run if this is our short term plan until the stadium's built. That's just my personal.
The problem is that Jared, you know what my actual job is, right? Like my IRL job, right? Like,
Yeah.
So for me, I've said this before. It's gonna be a good if they don't even have a plan built for how they're gonna upgrade the stadium, or even if they're gonna move away from the stadium, which is a whole that's a whole different kind of one in itself, right? That's gonna take a good 5, 6, 7 years. So that stuff is not gonna be built in even the short, even in the medium term, let alone the short term. So you gotta have to find a way of making money, in order to do that. Now, whether that's gonna be selling academy players, which we were doing under Abramovich, with like the guys like Gurhi, Tamori, some Lamty, which we were doing at one point in time, and sell them for a good amount of money. That is an option for you to do that. Another option, obviously, is the advertising stuff, which guys are not liking. The bed one, for example, was another one. The one for the movie. That's another way for you to be.
I haven't heard that movie. I don't know what that movie is. I've never heard of it, but apparently people
it's on Apple TV. I think if it's on Apple TV, it's bad. You know what I mean? From what I've heard.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. So, but you get my point, right? You know, they're gonna have to do different ways of getting money. Essentially, it's gonna be a lot of ways of making money that you're gonna have to look at. Even the shirt stuff. You know, because if the stadium revenue is not going to help you out, you're going to have to look at making more brand deals, maybe with Chelsea.
Start by qualifying for the Champions League, man.
Yeah, but if we want those brand deals and sponsorships, then we're gonna have to start winning more consistently, and we're gonna have to be going for trophies. And I think that's where they've messed up a little bit in how they're doing this. They're trying to put expectations on this young ass squad to deliver some of the highest level trophies and highest level honors in the game that are possibly achievable by an English club, and that but they're doing it within the wrong time frame. Like, we're not bringing in like established ballers to help the young boys do that. We're just bringing in a bunch of young players with a high ceiling and trusting and hoping the longevity and hoping that they bang short term, so that the longevity that they possibly have can carry that until the new stadium is built, and then we tone down what we're doing. But someone in the chat saying, what happens if Endrick doesn't work the way that Madrid want him to, because they have Mbappe as well. And he's talking about Vinny coming in the same window as Hazard. Vinny wasn't expected to start when he got to Real Madrid. We're putting the expectations to be within the first team and impact the first team on Esteval and Paez from a year and a half before they even land. Hazard was in his prime at the time. Nobody expected Hazard to go to Real Madrid and literally not touch pitch for months on end. Hazard was supposed to go in and teach Vinny as well as contribute to the first team as well. Nobody predicted that that his body would break down the way that it did. 3, Mbappe coming in. I don't think Mbappe would work. I don't think so. They have Rodrigo. What they need is an out and out striker like Benzema, but they're bringing in a bunch of wingers and trying to shoehorn them in wherever they can. Mbappe and Vinny play the same position, left wing. Mbappe can't play on the right wing consistently and put out consistent, like, high level performances on the right wing. Neither can he do that in striker, and we've seen it when he does that for. When he did that for what's it called? PSG, when Neymar was there, and Poch was playing Mbappe striker, Messi right wing, and Neymar left wing. It was until Neymar was moved into the 10 by another manager and put Mbappe at left wing that we saw the real Mbappe that we all do see now, the same way that we see him for France. So
Fair enough.
it's not the same as stockpile. We're stockpiling wingers. We're stockpiling all left-footed right wingers. All these
Exactly.
guys play in the same zone on the same side of the field. They're not players who are known for playing left and right wing like how a Willian couldn't back in the days, like how a Zaha could back in the days. They're not they're not wingers that play on either side of the pitch. These are all guys that operate within the same zone of the pitch on the same side of the pitch. Left-footed right wingers that impact the game by cutting inside and taking a shot or making a pass. That's what they are. When we're talking about Vinny and Mbappe, I'm personally saying it right now that it's not gonna work. They're gonna try and shoehorn Mbappe into striker, or shoehorn Vinny into striker, or shoehorn Rodrigo into striker.
They're never gonna. I'm telling you right
That's
now,
not gonna work.
if they're actually if they're actual twat, they will not do that to Vinny. They will literally make sure he stays left wing and Mbappe just remains striker. Simple as that. But that's just me. But listen, guys, I'm gonna have to call it here. As usual, you know who I am. I'm the Bridge 258. You know what I mean? I will have a video maybe up tomorrow. I'll actually do a regular video tomorrow. If there's any other news in regards to the managerial stuff. But hey ho, we move. Listen, thanks again for watching. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. But as usual, I've been your host with the most, the Bridge 258.